What it do? It's your boy Drew Blue, and we back at it again for another Vibe Out sesh. Ow! Today, the Lone Wolf will be tackling the first episode of the Euroz series we got going on here, and obviously we're gonna backtrack all the way to his first debut mixtape, The Foundation, back in 2012. It's not a long tape, y'all. In fact, it's only 14 tracks deep. But this is a series where I'm gonna have to be a little bit more informative, because lyrically this dude is on another level, like hands down. So I'm gonna have to pause it, and I normally don't pause for bars, and I don't do that stuff. I know there's like other YouTubers who tend to break down bars. I know if you ever heard of Vibin, definitely recommend y'all to check them out. They exclusively pause and debate and talk about bars. So if that's what you're looking for, go for it. Hopefully one day they cover Euroz, but for now, I'm gonna be covering Euroz, man. Show some love to the 702 native. I grew up in Vegas, so to me, growing up, the only artist that I've ever known that came out of Vegas and who really was popping out at the time was Neo. Neo was definitely big. I remember I used to play You're the Gentleman all the time. You know, Closer, Miss Independent. Yeah, I definitely was all on that. I was an R&B dude. That's just how it is. That being said, though, yeah, it's definitely an honor to finally be able to play this, man. Although I did contemplate it, I wanted to wait, because more specifically, I wanted to do this Vibe Out sesh while I was in Vegas. It's all good though. Maybe I'll do a first reaction for whatever is his next new project and do it in Vegas. My bad. I got the bad case of burps in here. Give me 1 second. All right, cool. That's all I needed. But yeah, so with that being said, what I'm gonna do for y'all, actually, my apologies, it's 17 tracks deep. Save some time. I'm just gonna play I'm gonna play also the rule of, like, if it's over 3 minutes, I'll play y'all like a good minute, maybe 1:30. That's what I'll probably go for, 1:30 into the song. Then after that, go ahead and give you guys my thoughts about the track and move forward. But yeah, this is gonna be dope. So on The Foundation, he's got a couple features by the name of Johnny Phoenix, J Don, Marion, Peru. So I can't wait to jump into this. But yeah, after, like, I want to say we got into the 2010s, then, you know, Dizzy Wright popped up in the scene, and then Euroz came up and started doing this, man. So 2012, this was where he started popping up. In my opinion, I think he's, just from a pure standpoint of what he does and his versatility, I think honestly he's the best artist to really come out and represent the 702. No disrespect to Dizzy, no disrespect to the legend Neo. I just feel like Euroz is just, on talent-wise, is on another level. I just want to get that out the way. So anyway, salute to the brother, much respect. Your music has definitely helped me out during times when I needed to think things through. So once again, can't wait to get into this. This dude, honestly, bro, is probably the most slept on artist in the game. And I think, hands down, if I had to put my vote for who's the most underrated artist that you've never heard of, this dude is getting that vote. Ain't no discussion. Anyways, I'm ready to get into this. No more wasting time. We're about to be 4 minutes deep in the intro. So without further ado, I just want to go ahead and cut the track, get in the track, and vibe out. Track number 1, The Foundation, intro.
We all dream. It's not the foundation. I done had my best dreams wide awake. Well aware with the preparation and time to take. I've always took pride in all that I create. Really, there were times I'd only write a couple lines a day. Swear I hate when niggas claim to be perfectionists. When the music they dropping don't be reflecting it. I make my hottest records with.
I hate when niggas claim that they're perfectionists when what they drop is not reflecting it. That shit hits deep right now. because I can tell you go check out Euroz music. Dude has done nothing but evolve his sounds, man. He's all about that neo soul / trap kind of thing. I get that feeling like he's a mix of like Maxwell during his neo soul days with a bit of some spiritual, you know, bars like Common, man. Like it's a mixture of that. So if you like the neo soul type of vibe, but with a little bit more of a modern mix into it, Euroz is your dude. I just want to bring that out. So like that's one thing I respect about Euroz is dude has always stayed in tune, has always done the best to really kind of like evolve his sounds to put the best type of music in there. So obviously you hear this, it's kind of pretty, a little bit dated, but I still get the vibe that it just feels genuine, man. So like there's no taking away from that. But yeah, as I was hitting that line, I'm like, the first person that came to mind when I thought about that, I was like, God, get me thinking about how I feel about Tory. The same way, it's like, but either way, let's get into it. That shit funny.
Depression hits, this is really my calling. You just a receptionist, was dealt the same cards as you, but chose not to accept the shit. I plan to make a lot out of the little guy left him with. This money to attain, holds the fucking some respect to get, receive all the above through the gift that God blessed him with. Dreams do happen, and I'm a walking testament. Although I am the one, I acknowledge those second picks, which really helped me get to where I am now. Niggas I ain't fuck with in my past consider fam now. Las Vegas, the modern day Rothstein. Out to reach goals, but we don't play for no lacrosse teams. Clearly I'm different from what we've all seen. Pursuing various visions in which involve dreams.
Whoo, man, y'all need to check out this mixtape, man. So Romy Taylor, I think you can definitely second my opinion on this. Which, by the way, I was just as surprised that you knew about Euroz like how I did, which is cool. But anyways, to any of my Tory Lanez fans that are watching right now, I hope you guys are tuning in. The ones that I know that are really real Tory Lanez fans and really appreciate his real music, if you're feeling like, if you're really need to get some kind of like that same type of vibe where you feel some real genuine music that hits you different, I highly recommend you go listen to Euroz. I think Euroz is a great person to go and listen to, just so that way you can move on from all that current mainstream BS music that he's putting out there. So that's what I would definitely recommend to all y'all out there. Excuse me for the burp, but yeah, definitely. Like I said, I wanted to wait until I was in Vegas to do this series, but like I said, I gotta do it because I've been longing to really cover this man's music and give it the shine that it deserves. Like I said, I think he's the most underrated artist that you haven't heard of. I pray to God, I don't care about my views for like what people think of my opinion or whatever, but I pray to God that I get a lot of views on this, so that way people check out Euroz, man. Screw it. That's all I really could ask for, man. Because this man definitely deserves the recognition for the work that he puts in. And this is only his first mixtape, and I'm like, if you heard how the beat bangs, that's fucking phenomenal. You know what I mean? Especially for its time. Shoot. That being said, though, enough with the geeking. Let's move on to track number 2, Faith. I'm gonna try to pause it in between, because like there's some bars I want to go ahead and bring it down to you. Like it's not gonna be something that is gonna blow you away, but like it's gonna be shit that's gonna be deep, and you're gonna feel, and like it's gonna kind of resonate with you, whether it's in your mind or within your heart. You're gonna either feel it or you're gonna think like that. You know what I mean? So track number 2, Faith. Let's get it. Shout out to Euroz, man. 702, I got you. Oh, he's always about that jazzy vibe, man. Man, let's get it.
Make it a cruel summer.
when he was making Young Money was in that Carter 2 mentality and was all about respecting the flow of the bars and the lyrics like he once did. To me, I've always thought he signed the wrong Euro. I think he signed I don't want to say like Euro was a fraud, but like he signed a dude named Euro without the Z, just EUR0O, whatever. But to me, I'm like, this dude that he signed is nothing compared to this. I'm like, Euroz during this time, remember, he was very, very, like with his delivery, he came in very strong to a sense where you felt like it was kind of like how Lil Wayne would come in. So I just want to make it clear, like, this man can think his own lyrics. Like, when it comes to lyrics, you gotta understand, it's one thing, you know what I mean? Like, to come up with your own words and put it together. So it was in his mindset, like, I just want to come in smooth and suave, and he kind of did it like that. Like, Wayne had a very similar way of doing his bars too. So and I like that, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking like, man, if Lil Wayne would have signed this dude, I'm like, for sure people would have known him. So I just want to make it clear, like, you can't really bite flow as a rapper, because at the end of the day, how you rap is what works with your tempo and your flow. So like, I just want to make that clear. I'm not making that assumption here, or I'm saying that that's what he's doing here, but he's coming in smooth, like how Lil Wayne would go on a type of beat like this. Let me make that very clear. But anyways, let's keep going.
Multitask, count money, pass endo. I swear we the shit. Somebody crack a window. Somebody tell these niggas what they info. I'm really real. What the fuck would I pretend for? My hands to the sky. My feet on the pavement.
I'm gonna go for like 30 more seconds, y'all. This one needs 2 minutes. Now here's some, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, when Euroz wants to, he can make his lyrics really, really hit you with some hard bars. But then there's just times where he just wants to be spiritual and talk deep. And this is where I feel like he strikes the most, in my opinion, as a dope artist. It's just, he just says the simplest things, and just the simple words can really hit you the hardest. I've always believed that. And here he's talking about, if you got a dream, it's best to pursue it, and you gotta have faith, because only God can fix it. Like, he's speaking some things that honestly you could consider ghetto gospel, but regardless, like, I always felt like the things that he says, it's something to kind of keep your mind to eat. Like, that's food for thoughts, you know what I mean? So that's essentially what you get in here, and I love it, man. So always, whenever I need to think with a clear mind, or just need to have a good perspective of how I gotta go with things, especially if like I'm just stressed out, or you know what I mean, just need to chill, there you go. I got Euroz right here, so let me put it that way. We're gonna move on to track number 3, and then that's gonna be titled Premonition. Also forgot to mention real quick that before I played the next track, the production had been very majestic on the first 2 tracks. The first one felt like a banger, kind of remind me of I'm On One, but the second one definitely very majestic. I loved it. So we're gonna move on to track number 3, Premonition. Let's get it. I remember this shit. That's what J. Cole hopped on one time.
Talking about got a buzz. It's getting harder to control minds. And to think I started this rapping shit in '09 without the help of a magazine or a cosign. I turned a hopeless situation to a gold mine. Thanks to the Most High, my destination is success. If only looks at things, we'll make it in no time. In the business, we're being gifted is trivial. So aside from talent, I hope you possess a cold grind. The game is more than dope lines or the tightest bars, but it's like there's no shine for the brightest stars. You niggas think this shit easy, but life is hard. I just keep telling myself I'll make it despite the odds, despite the flaws. Still striving for perfection, constantly networking, multiplying the connections. Man at an hour, time is of the essence, and now I can finally say rhyme is the profession. To the top, that's when I'm taking my team. What I'm doing, shit, chasing my dreams. Saying wasn't easy, that's how I'm making it seem. Prepare for this life or whatever it might bring. Fast cars, A-list bras. Can't expect y'all to relate to this star. Know you're doing well when that hating shit start. Premonition always told us we would make the thought alone. It's so left field to think that I ain't in the right lane. Nigga, I'm getting to that green once the lights change. Rumor has it, fame is so expensive, but I ain't tripping cause I know it's in my price range. Fuck the negative, I sacrificed the whole lot.
A bunch of gassed up rappers spitting unleaded. Oh man. Here's the funny part. As I'm playing, like as I pause it, when I give you guys a minute 30 seconds, I'm actually listening to the whole song. So that way you guys don't feel like you have to do the whole thing that I do. I'll leave it up to you guys, you know, whatever you want to choose. But either way, yo, that shit was cold. So pretty much, if you know what the song is basically based on, this is him pretty much knowing that he's got a vision that he's got to carry out through, and he's all about really being the best of the best. And it's crazy because like now I'm thinking about it. When I heard this beat, I'm like, I remember it very similar. The sample was definitely very similar because J. Cole used that on a track called Purple Rain. For anyone that knows what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? So that threw me off for like the first 30 seconds because I was just like I'm just gonna keep going, bro. My bad. It's just that melody was very like infectious. I remember when I heard that with J. Cole, man. So that was cool. But no, Euroz definitely came in here, and I liked how he had a strong presence about wanting to deliver, really getting out of the streets and really making a name for himself. You know what I mean? Once again, that street mentality. It's just, there's some people that know what to do right with it, and there's other dudes that seem to kind of like let that gas them up. So Euroz is on the other end. It's like, nah, like the streets are the streets, but I'm here to show you, I'm here to compete. You know what I mean? I'm not here to settle for last, or to be the least. So I thought this was pretty cool, man. But we're gonna move on to track number 4, Young Kings. Let's get it. Man, so majestic. Another very familiar sample. Shit.
I've been chasing this paper since yay high. Due some respect to our forefathers. I paid mine, kept my dreams bottled up for years. Age grind, now I push this music shit far beyond the state line. Converse with A&Rs, yet I'm far from sign, but I wheel myself like wheelchairs. Got retarded drive. Check my Fahrenheit, nigga.
Ooh, got like wheelchairs, retarded drive. Oh. Damn. Give me 1 second. I need to rewind this back. So there was a line where he said, kept my dreams bottled up. Wait, hold on. He said, kept my dreams bottled up for years, aged wine. That was a very smooth bar right there. I like that. And he was talking about paying homage to my forefathers, but I'm here to pave mine. Kept my dreams bottled up for years, aged wine. Okay. And then that last line after this.
Now I push this music shit far beyond the state line. Converse with A&Rs, yet I'm far from sign, but I wheel myself like wheelchairs. Got
What?
But I wear myself like wheelchairs.
I wear myself like wheelchairs. Retarded drive.
Got retarded drive.
Okay, wear myself like wheelchairs. Got retarded drive. That shit. Ooh. I mean, there's two ways to look at that. I mean, that's definitely an interesting line right there, man. Oh, dog. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say handicapped people are retarded, but yeah, you definitely. I see where he's going with that, though. That's still, look. At any day, this dude is gonna take the risk, man. This is what I like about Euroz. He's not afraid to take a chance. He's not afraid to look, he's not gonna be afraid to look goofy because he said a certain line. He's gonna go out there and really, risk it all. And that's just that gambling mentality you got when you come from the 702, man, from Vegas. Sometimes you gotta take the risk. You gotta take the gamble and see if it pays off. So, that's definitely in this mentality. I mean, the dude said, I believe he grew up off of Koval. That's definitely near the Strip for sure. When I was a young kid, my parents, we grew up in Parkway Villa. That was off of Maryland Parkway and what was the other name of the street? Yeah, it was Maryland Parkway and Tropicana. So technically where I was at, I was there I think from when I was as far as I remember, the earliest memory, I think when I was 2 or some shit. Don't ask me how I remember shit at age 2. I just remember one moment when I was age 2, and that was sliding down the stairs, looking at everyone staring at me, and I fucking cried. I remember that shit. But anyways, I was there from I think till 5th grade. No, not 5th grade. Till 3rd grade. So I was there to 8. But I remembered I've seen my fair shares of things, man. I'm not gonna go into details right here on this vid, but let's just say, yeah, Vegas was pretty tough, man. My folks definitely felt like they wanted to get me out of there and my little brother and put us in a better situation. And they ended up getting a house out in Hendo. Well, not all the way in Henderson, not Eastern Henderson, but right on Green Valley, kind of so. But I do remember the times when I was there as a kid. Yeah, Vegas was definitely tough, man. It definitely was a tough city, man. Still is. But man, that bar right there just threw me off, man. It just brings back memories. But anyways, let's keep going. That is crazy. People were waiting for the Carter 5 for fucking years. He said this in 2012, y'all. Keep that in mind. We didn't get the Carter 5 to what? I fucking think last year or so? 7 fucking years, man. That's crazy. And that bar, out of a lot of bars, that bar aged pretty fucking well. That's all I'm gonna say real quick. Now the weirdest part about this is we're 4 tracks in, and here's the thing: Euroz back then is completely different mentally wise to the Euroz right now. Not just because he's grown as an artist, but because, well, actually, yeah, in 2 ways. But not just because he's evolved how he does things. I'm just contradicting myself. Look, here he's basically rapping on a normal, on a current Euroz track. You don't go 4 tracks in without hearing a track where he's singing, or if he's more than likely singing a hook and then he's rapping. But here we're getting exclusively bars, and I remember now the mentality back then. He was trying to make it as a rapper, but the dude can definitely sing. I don't think we'll get that until, hopefully we'll get it in this mixtape. I don't remember if I do hear that. I know for a fact he does it in the Foundation too. But anyways, though, there's no denying when he's got bars, dude goes in. But even when he sings too, man, he just has this way of just like cutting deep in there, man. First song that already pops in my mind is 2 miles per hour, man. 2 mph. Slow mo, slow mo, slow mo. I can't wait to do BSE, y'all.
The life of us young kings. How it shines, spite what the sun brings. Take notes from the greats, you might get to run things. Vast vision, one train. The life of us young kings. 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 I got a chosen few supporters and multi-haters in search of a Phil Jackson that can coach my greatness. This independent artist been approached by majors, yet the ones that overlook me finna co-sign later. What I need with your connect, well really this hard work will introduce me to success. The game is full of has-beens who used to be the best. The focal point is longevity. You can keep the rest.
To this day, he still lives up to that. He's about longevity. He's not about the short-time success. Which, if any of y'all been following my videos, I know the most of my views come from Tory Lanez based videos. You Tory Lanez fans, and I'm not talking about the real ones, but I'm talking about the ones that are just here for the moment, really because of the type of music he's making for y'all right now. The only one that's really getting catered to y'all. But once again, this is what I believe is the epic downfall of Tory, is that he's going for the short fame success. That's gonna be bad for him. When he should have been following what he was doing in the first place, and that was to, you know, be the greatest and kind of have a sense of wanting to have longevity. But to be able to have that, to be the greatest, you gotta be consistent, have sustainability without losing your artistic style and taste. I could definitely say Euroz has done that right, from when he dropped this mixtape to where he's at 8 years, or not even 8, 9 years later. So it just shows, man. And to me, I feel like it's dope because I can go to Euroz and I know that everything's gonna be genuine, organic, down to earth. I can't feel that about Tory right now. So I just want to bring that up. It's just, to me, Tory is the best example I could use here, just to show you what happens when you do the right thing and when you do the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Like when you stay straight with the path of who you want to be, and you go by your words, you live by your words, and you do it. That's Euroz right there. You know what I mean? And then when you say you're gonna do things, but then you just take the shortcut. Sometimes shortcuts aren't worth it because they live up to the name of being a short, and pretty much a short path until you get cut. You know what I mean? So obviously Euroz is talking about he's gonna take the long path to work hard to get where he's at. He's gonna earn it, and over time it's gonna reap its benefits. To me, that's like wisdom from the scriptures in a sense. It's like you reap what you sow. The seeds that you plant and what you take care of, they'll definitely reap forward for you one day. So I like what Euroz is talking about here, man. Shit, dope. I gotta move on to the next track though. Track number 5, Heaven Can Wait. again, I don't want to say it's cliche, but like I said, it's not gonna be cliche, but it's gonna be something very simple for you to understand. But there's deeper meaning to what meets the eye. So I'm going for the bigger picture. Y'all can frame it. So that means I'm going for what's the bigger cause and bigger purpose. Y'all can remember that, witness that, and present that, for future generations going forward and everything like that. So when you think of it in that perspective, that's pretty deep. You know what I mean? Anyone could say picture, frame it, and add that. But the way he said it, it can make you think like that. You guys want to go for that. I'm going for something the bigger cause. Y'all can witness me do it by example. You guys can go ahead, take a picture of that, share that to across the world, to whoever you speak to, speaking to the future generation. This is what I'm about and everything. So that's what he's trying to say. He's trying to pretty much leave a legacy, a new foundation. Once again, that's where the title of the mixtape comes from, the foundation. He's trying to find something new, like a pioneer kind of way. So I like that. And he's always been on that higher learning shit. I mean, like, if you really want to listen to someone who's pretty woke, Euroz is the way to go, man. So that was dope. That was definitely dope. So yeah, so this song's basically him pretty much saying, heaven can't wait because I got a purpose that I need to achieve while I'm still here on this planet. So I like that. He wants to leave a legacy. So before, he finishes it, he's asking God not to take me away. Heaven can wait. I got to finish what I got to do here. So once again, taking accountability and being, being a bigger man and approaching things from a bigger perspective. I like that. Like I said, this is more like an introduction. So, right now he's telling you what he's really about to do and everything. And then of course he's gonna drop, words of wisdom here and there for you to take. You may think that it's not all that deep, but as you go through life and experience things, those same words may very well be what guides you there. So I always believe in, don't really trip about the messenger as much as what the message is. So that's how I take it, man. From that, we're gonna move on to track number 6, Nothing to Something.
Some cushion, a bottle of that brown. I'm hoping it reverse the pain. Started chasing perfection, that's when the burden came. Rarely inspired by the music of certain names, some of which probably sold they sold for commercial gain. That's the curse of fame. You live and you learn, though. I hate to see my dogs leave, but love to see that fern grow. Priceless opportunities, not everyone deserves those. In a game full of backstabbers and turncoats, still jaded from grimy niggas I dealt with. Now it's real niggas I chose to align myself with. The foundation, it's that time of the year. Tell me I'm killing shit, that's all I've been dying to hear. Rappers is nervous, you can guess who providing the fear. Blood, sweat, and sacrifice, my nigga, we finally here. Small city, big dreams. I sat down and shared my vision like a split screen. My time is approaching. There were moments in my life I thought rhyming was hopeless, but knew I had to get it right and go find some devotion. Now I go hard, showing no signs of emotion. They told me I was nothing, and I turned that same nothing into something, They told me I was nothing, and I turned that same nothing into something, Amongst the hottest unsigned, I am finally mentioned. The hottest names in this business showing signs of interest. So in terms of my success, I measure mine in inches. Me and my niggas in the game while you riding benches. Share all my problems with the Lord, I don't confide in bitches. You keep your mind confined to riches and diamond pendants. Life is much more than what you think it is. While you contemplate greatness, I'm on the brink of it. Writing from experience, so I don't gotta think of shit. And fuck the local, your favorites who I'm competing with. Niggas say they raised the bar, watch me take it up, but now they disrespect the grill. It's only right I make it up the pocket.
That shit was fucking clean, man. shit was clean. Oh man, funny thing is this production was definitely ahead of its time. I won't say ahead of its time, but it was definitely an early bird, because then everyone started stepping up with making their 808s bang. But this track was nice to hear, very 2012ish, but at the same time, like, I like the message of the whole song. You know, small city, big dreams. That's what I've always felt growing up in Vegas. I felt like the city was small, you know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, like, you know, the city has some fancy lights and all that down the strip and all that, but for me, I felt like just being surrounded by mountains, and you look at it from like a different vantage point of view, it just felt small. Especially when I've seen what LA looks like as a kid,